cards instead. Now, Treasury started testing that out in the first round of payments a year ago. There's been a lot of concern about some of the fees that unbanked households have to pay to access their money. An analysis by the Brookings Institution found that the costs range from about $8 to as much as $195 for a family of 5. But guys, the challenge with the prepaid cards is that some people thought it was a scam and they didn't activate it right away. So officials say that the real card is a Visa and that the envelope would prominently display.
So folks, we got a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI and STI. We have a lot of good news that you need to know about this video and about the fourth stimulus check, so continue watching. You don't want to miss out on this. New information has been released by the Social Security Administration as the cost of living continues to rise. Many economists are pushing for more relief, specifically for seniors and retirees. New plans have also been put forward that provides extra financial help to Americans. Beginning in January, retirees will already see a healthy increase in their monthly Social Security checks. Benefits are increasing by 8.7% based on the cost of living adjustment announced in October, and that's the largest hike since the all-time record of 11%. Senior Citizens League also said in a statement this year that a COLA of 8.7% is a lot. In fact, the COLA has only risen about 7% 5 times since it was introduced in 1975. The 2022 COLA in comparison was only 5.9%. Next year's increase represents the agency's attempt to keep up with ongoing inflation. The adjustment is determined annually by shifts in the Consumer Price Index, which charts year-over-year fluctuations for goods and services. Since 1975, everybody, Social Security benefits have been adjusted automatically each year based on fluctuations in inflation, as determined by the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. The Social Security Administration compares the average CPIW in 3 months of the third quarter of the current year to the same time frame in the year prior. One expert even told CNN News that COLA increase is a valuable feature that keeps retirees from truly being tied to a fixed income when managing expenses. The CPIW was also 8.5% in July and dipped down to 8.3%. And so with 2023 COLA, it's 8.7%. Predictions are fluctuating greatly each year, and the nonpartisan committee responsible for our budget estimated benefits would increase by as much as 10.8%. So in July, the organization's senior policy director predicted that if inflation remained on its current trajectory, the increase would be 11% higher, the highest ever. And by August, Richard Johnson, director of the Retirement Policy Program, told American Rescue Plan that somewhere in the 9% range is probably a reasonable guess. The COLA goes into effect with December benefits, which appear in checks delivered in January 2023. Social Security payments are made on Wednesdays, following a rollout schedule based on the beneficiary's birthday. For people who receive Social Security benefits, there is a letter coming in the mail that you will want to keep an eye out for. The administration is already sending out letters throughout December, regardless of the cost of living adjustment coming in January. You may need it for a number of things, including proof of benefit amount when applying for loans or energy assistance. The letter notifies beneficiaries of their 2023 benefit amount, and if your COLA payment is more or less than you expected, you can make an appeal to the SSA and your COLA letter or COLA e-letter, which will act as a sort of proof of payment.
Mineral mapping and fund crucial facilities and research at the U.S. Geological Survey. Work that will help us find new mineral deposits and develop the sustainable mines of the future. Due to the severity of our energy and mineral security challenge, we included aggressive deadlines for action in our legislation. Unfortunately, not all of these deadlines have been met, including at the Department of Interior. Senator Murkowski and I sent letters to Secretary Haaland, along with the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of Energy, the Director of National Intelligence, back in May, after several deadlines related to the critical minerals were missed. While many of those issues were eventually resolved, last month the Department of Interior failed to meet another key deadline related to critical minerals, a first step required to improve permitting for new mines. And there are more statutory deadlines coming soon for reports that are needed to inform efforts to secure our supply chains and increase
$194. The benefit stands at $1,261 for a married couple if both spouses are eligible for SSI. Americans can receive both SSI and Social Security benefits. If this applies to you, you will get your next Social Security payment in the next coming days. Folks, what do you think about President Biden? Should he do a better job in increasing Social Security benefits this year? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Benefits will be sent out on that day for Americans who have received Social Security before May 1997. However, the SSA has said that Americans need to be aware of the Social Security rules that could potentially catch them off guard. For instance, if your current spouse does not qualify for their own benefits, they can claim benefits based on your earnings. An ex-spouse can also claim benefits based on your earnings. To qualify on your record, your ex-spouse must have been married to you for at least 10 years. And Americans have also been warned by the Social Security Administration.
Myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
This about Title 42. Number one, no, it shouldn't be used to hold up important things like COVID aid, number one. And number two, we're going to be working through this to see if we can come to a position that our caucus can agree on. There's divisions there now. Yes, next.
Reaction to Elon Musk buying Twitter, and Amy Klobuchar just briefed your caucus on antitrust, big tech antitrust legislation. Are you going to bring that to the floor?
Okay, on the second question, we had a very good discussion. She made very powerful presentation, and I'm working with her to see that we can get 60 votes to get to the floor. On Elon Musk, I would say, look, in many ways, Twitter has been a dark, dark place. I hope it doesn't get any darker. Yes.
The inflation package you talked about, is that going to move through regular order or budget reconciliation? And how does
The
it fit
inflation, what are you talking about?
There's talk of an inflation package to combat inflation. Does that move through budget reconciliation or regular order?
Look,
how does it fit with the other reconciliation effort?
Look, reconciliation is very, very important. I met, as he came out and told people, I met with Senator Manchin this morning. Our meetings were both preliminary and good, and we're going to continue to keep talking. If you want to get rid of inflation, the only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts and raise rates. No Republican is ever going to do that. So the only way...
Folks, there's a lot of good news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI, and SSDI. Stay tuned because you definitely don't want to miss this. The IRS has just announced that you have only one more chance to claim an extra $1,400 third stimulus check. Now, here's some very important news if you're looking to receive additional stimulus money. There's still time to claim a third stimulus payment worth up to $1,400 per person. Eligible taxpayers who didn't receive the payment or maybe due more money than they initially received are allowed to claim a tax credit on their 2021 federal tax return by the April 18th deadline. The vast majority of the third stimulus payments were automatically delivered to taxpayers' bank accounts or via check in the mail last spring. The payments were authorized by the American Rescue Plan in March 2021 and were meant to help people struggling financially, but the payments were calculated last year based on the most recent federal tax return on file at the time. If a taxpayer's income or family size changed in 2021, the individual may be eligible for more money. Other people may have missed out on stimulus payments altogether. Those with incomes so low that they don't have to file taxes may have never received their payment because the IRS did not have their information on hand. Now, those who believe they are due more money must file a 2021 tax return even